Halo Infinite's Combined Arms event released yesterday, and after a good 24 hours, I thought it would be a good time to talk about the things that I like and the things that I dislike about this new operation. But anyways, without wasting any more of your time, let's jump straight in. First things first, let's talk about the new 20-tier operation event pass. This is a completely free pass that gives players 20 free cosmetics, or rather just 20 tiers of rewards, as a few of these slots are dedicated to XP boosts. Of the 20 tiers, 11 of them are made up of either emblems, backdrops, or these XP boosts like I mentioned, with only 9 being armor pieces, coatings, visors, etc. Of course, I don't expect every tier in the pass to be a piece of armor. This is free after all, and the armor we do get I do like. I think the Blood Eye shoulder pads look great, I think the Scorn helmet's cool, the coatings we do get are really nice. Even the Forerunner Strike visor, I think it looks really good. That being said though, I don't think there needs to be so much that's dedicated to things like emblems and backdrops. We could have had a stance thrown in there, which I think would have been pretty cool, and maybe a weapon coating. Of course, I understand why double XP boosts are included. This is more so for new players, especially with this being leveled up like with XP like the Battle Pass is. Some players might just need that little extra boost to help them get through it a bit quicker, which is something I appreciate, but I don't necessarily think we need 4 of them. Then of course we have 5 different emblems, which are all okay. They don't appeal to my personal taste, which is completely fine. That being said though, I do feel like they blend together a bit too much, and also the pacing of the event pass could be a lot better too. Unlocking a backdrop, then a double XP boost, then 2 emblems before getting a piece of armor just makes it feel really slow, and I don't feel like I'm earning anything exciting until 5 tiers in. Which again is fine, but when there's like some really cool cosmetics at the end of the pass, I just feel like this could have been laid out a little better. Regardless, I suppose that doesn't matter too much when I'm going to be unlocking all 20 tiers either way. The event will be on until December 19th. And like I said, you can unlock all these cosmetics for free. However, for 500 credits, you can gain permanent access to the event pass. And this also gives you the Grey Hunter bonus coating, which I think looks pretty cool. It's this nice grey coating with a pretty cool pattern on it. I mean, honestly, considering all the coatings on the store have been getting sold for like 800 credits each, 500 for a coating that's on all cores doesn't seem like that bad of a deal. I don't think the event pass is terrible, but in comparison to some of the stuff we were getting in events last season, I do think it is a bit of a downgrade. Also, the fact that it takes up your battle pass slot is kind of annoying. Rather than being something that you can passively progress alongside your battle pass, you now have to use this instead. I mean, I've completed all of my battle passes, so this isn't an issue for me personally, but for players that haven't, I imagine this can be kind of annoying. Anyway, another thing I want to talk about in regards of the event is the promotional stuff around it. The event banner features a Spartan donning the new Rakshasa armor pieces that you can unlock, but in the background you notice a Jackal and an Elite. And of course the event is called Combined Arms, and sort of leads you to believe there's some sort of collaboration between the UNSC and maybe the Swords of Sanghelios or some other faction that includes these characters. And since we know Firefight King of the Hill is coming out this season, a lot of people were under the impression that it would be releasing with this event, given the promotional material. Then the trailer for the event released, and even had more PvE content in here. We saw Spartans using the new armor, fighting the Banished on Oasis, which is the big team battle map that released during Season 3. And of course, this could just be the AI tool that we've now got in Forge. So technically this is something you can experience, but again it led a lot of players to believe that we were getting Firefight. And instead we get absolutely no PvE content with this event whatsoever, which just feels very bizarre when all of the promotional material all seem to indicate that we would. Of course, the mid-season update which contains Firefight King of the Hill could still release during the period of this operation, but I think it's a bit weird that given all the stuff surrounding it seemed to indicate it's some form of PvE. The fact that there's absolutely nothing to do with it with the launch of the event just seems bizarre. However, what we did get is the new Halo 3 Refueled playlist, which also wasn't even featured in the Combined Arms event trailer, but we all knew this was coming out today anyway, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Just seems like an odd choice. This playlist contains 8 different maps: Domicile, Cliffside, Sylvanas, Isolation, The Pit, Critical Dew Point, High Ground, and High Ground, almost all of which are remakes of fan-favourite Halo 3 maps. With the exception of Critical Dew Point, which is an original map with a Mountain Dew theme. I haven't had a chance to play all of them yet, but the ones I have played are really solid remakes and a lot of fun. The playlist has caused a smidge of controversy, however, as a lot of people are annoyed over the insane skill-based matchmaking. It feels extremely strict, and a lot of the time you are going up against players that may be extremely skilled. And then on the other end of the debate, we also have a lot of people that are annoyed about the lack of BR starts and the fact that it's AR and sidekick instead. Personally, I don't have a major issue with AR sidekick starts. If I was in charge, I'd be picking AR Bandit Rifle, as I think that helps things feel much more casual. The Sidekick, Battle Rifle, and Bandit Evo feel much more competitive tuned in my opinion, and this playlist clearly isn't designed to be competitive. I think the best option here for 343 to sort of appease to that would be to maybe throw some of these maps into ranked next week. But then again, I guess that depends on whether or not they are designed to play well in ranked playlists. I guess they could alternatively add BR start variants of some of the modes, so you have like a 50-50 chance of getting the casual version and the more competitive version. But regardless, the playlist doesn't exactly feel super casual because of how strict the skill-based matchmaking feels. It's also worth considering that 343 absolutely wouldn't release Firefight and this Halo 3 playlist on the same day. I don't necessarily think that'd be a smart decision, as you'd be separating the player base onto those two things, and I definitely think they want these Forge maps to be highlighted to show off the work the community has put in, which could mean Firefight is much closer than we might initially expect. It probably just wanted to put the spotlight on this Halo 3 playlist as it is currently Halo's anniversary. That being said, I do still think the playlist is a ton of fun. The maps look gorgeous, the Forgers all did an absolutely amazing job. Critical Dew Point especially feels like the highlight currently, and although again I haven't had the chance to try all of them yet, I am looking forward to getting a chance to play the rest of them. And hopefully after this event ends, maybe these maps will come to quick play and other arena playlists. Anyway, that sums up the main things that have released with the Combined Arms event. Like I say, it's cool, but it does feel a little disappointing. It feels a little bit misleading. I think the event pass could be a bit better, especially in comparison to some of the event stuff we got last season. Definitely don't think there needs to be as much filler, and it is a bummer that there was no PvE content with the launch of the event, given all of the promotional material. But the Halo 3 Refueled playlist is a ton of fun. Very excited to try out more. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.